This is big for Disney Plus. It's it's actually basically a cultural revolution of sorts for Taylor Swift and what's happening right now. So is this going to be the catalyst that Disney needs to get Disney Plus subscribers going again?
Yeah, I mean, look, Taylor Swift is the biggest thing in entertainment, arguably the biggest thing in the world in entertainment. So I think that the Eras Tour movie is the sort of thing that can absolutely drive new subscribers for Disney Plus at a time when they really need to add new subscribers. And just as importantly, it's the sort of thing that, as all these streaming services, Disney Plus included, move to add advertising to the service, it'll keep people watching for hours. So it's kind of exactly the right content at the right time. It's not cheap. The reports are it costs about $75 million to bring it to Disney Plus, but it's absolutely the sort of thing they need to kind of drive growth at a time when they really need it.
I mean, Alex, it's been spoken about for a long time now with regard to streaming that the way you get people on there is to do live events. This is not a live event. It's like a live-ish event, right? You get to see the concert. You kind of feel like you're there, but it's not going on right now. Is this going to be the new model? Could we see live and live-ish events across more of these streaming platforms? Is it not just Disney Plus, but everybody else as well that has to get on this train?
Yeah, I mean, if you'll excuse the pun, I think we kind of are entering a new era of the streaming wars here, where they need to drive kind of event programming. Whether that is literally live programming, like Netflix's upcoming boxing fight between Jake Paul and Mike Tyson, or just kind of a live, event-ish programming like the Eras Tour movie, streaming services need to have something to really engage people, give them a reason to subscribe and a reason to stick around. So I think that we're going to see a lot more of this going forward. In fact, Peacock, they had their first NFL playoff game a couple months ago. That's exactly the sort of thing that we're looking at here.
And, of course, Peacock is owned by our parent company here at CNBC, NBC Universal. Now, Alex, one last thing. If you take a look at trend-wise what's happening with these streaming platforms, can you handicap for us the types of moves that the major ones will have to make? We know that the live and live-ish programming, Taylor Swift, Eras Tour, that sort of thing, is part of the mix right now. But what does Paramount need to do? And what does Netflix need to do? And what do all of these streaming platforms want to kind of get done with regard to the actual content that we're going to see in the coming months and quarters?
Well, they're going to have to balance like rationalizing their content spend. So realizing how much entertainment content do you really need on the platform, while also trying to invest in event type programming that's going to bring people to the service. So it's going to be a real balancing act here, because I do think in the long run, we're going to see content spend kind of come down a little bit, but we are going to see more of a shift. So maybe a little less, scripted dramas, scripted comedies, maybe more, boxing, a little more NFL if they can make it happen, more event type programming like the Eras Tour, as these companies kind of rationalize where they spend their money on content and the balance of all those types of programming.